What if I told you that the very first thing you put into your body every single morning could either accelerate your healing or slowly push you deeper into inflammation, fatigue, and disease? And I am not talking about some expensive supplement or some rare exotic fruit flown in from the other side of the world. I am talking about a simple drink that takes less than 2 minutes to make, costs almost nothing, and has been backed by research that most doctors will never mention to you. Now, before you scroll away thinking this is just another health gimmick, let me tell you something. I have spent over 2 decades in clinical practice. I have seen patients walk into my office with chronic pain, digestive issues, stubborn weight that would not budge, brain fog so thick they could barely remember what they had for dinner, and skin conditions that no cream or ointment could fix. And in so many of those cases, the turning point was not a prescription, it was not surgery. It was not even a dramatic diet overhaul. It was what they started drinking first thing in the morning before breakfast. My name is Dr. Harper Collins, Senior Health Specialist, and today I am going to walk you through exactly what this drink is, why it works on such a deep level inside your body, and how it triggers a healing response that stays active throughout your entire day. Stay with me because what I am about to share could genuinely change the trajectory of your health. Now, let me set the stage here because I think it is really important that you understand what is happening inside your body when you wake up. Most people do not think about this. You open your eyes, you get out of bed, maybe you stumble to the kitchen, and what do you reach for? Coffee? Maybe orange juice from a carton? Maybe nothing at all. You skip straight to breakfast, or worse, you skip breakfast entirely and grab a coffee loaded with sugar on your way to work. And here is the thing, your body has been doing extraordinary work while you were sleeping. It has been repairing cells, processing toxins, consolidating memories, balancing hormones, and managing 1,000 biochemical processes that keep you alive. By the time you wake up, your body is in a very specific state. It is slightly dehydrated, your blood is a little more acidic, your liver has been working overtime to process everything from the day before, your gut lining is in a sensitive and receptive state. And your cortisol levels are naturally rising as part of your circadian rhythm to help you wake up and feel alert. This is what we call the morning metabolic window. And whatever you consume during this window has an outsized impact on how your body behaves for the rest of the day. Think of it like programming a computer first thing in the morning. The instructions you give it at startup determine how it runs all day long. So if the first thing hitting your empty stomach is a surge of caffeine or processed sugar or artificial ingredients, you are essentially programming your body for inflammation, blood sugar spikes, energy crashes, and hormonal chaos. But if you give your body the right signal, the right combination of nutrients in a form that it can absorb quickly and efficiently, something remarkable happens. You flip the switch on a healing cascade that affects every single system in your body, from your gut to your brain to your joints to your skin. So what is this drink? Let me walk you through it ingredient by ingredient because each one plays a critical role, and when they come together, the synergy is powerful. You are going to start with a glass of warm water, not hot, not cold, warm. About the temperature you would use to make tea for a child, and I will explain why the temperature matters in a moment. To that warm water, you are going to add the juice of half a fresh lemon. Then you are going to add about half a teaspoon of raw unfiltered turmeric powder, or if you have access to fresh turmeric root, you can grate a small piece directly in. Next, a small pinch of black pepper. Yes, black pepper, and I will explain exactly why. Then about a quarter teaspoon of freshly grated ginger or a small pinch of ginger powder. And finally, 1 teaspoon of raw unfiltered apple cider vinegar, the kind with the mother in it. You stir it all together and you drink it slowly on an empty stomach about 15 to 20 minutes before you eat anything else. That is it. That is the drink. Simple, inexpensive, no fancy equipment needed. But do not let the simplicity fool you, because what happens inside your body after you drink this is nothing short of extraordinary. Let me start with the warm water because people always overlook this part. When you drink cold water first thing in the morning, it actually causes your blood vessels in your stomach to constrict. It slows down digestion. It forces your body to expend energy just to bring that water up to body temperature before it can be used. Warm water, on the other hand, does the opposite. It gently stimulates your digestive tract. It helps to loosen any residual waste in your intestines. It promotes what we call gastric motility, which is just a fancy way of saying it gets things moving. It also helps to hydrate your cells more efficiently because warm water is absorbed faster than cold water. So, right out of the gate, you are giving your body a gentle wake up call that says, okay, it is time to activate, it is time to cleanse, it is time to start the day right. Now, let us talk about the lemon juice. Fresh lemon juice is one of the most underrated healing substances on the planet. And I know some of you are thinking, but Dr. Collins, lemon is acidic. Would that not make my body more acidic? And this is one of the biggest misconceptions in nutrition. Lemon juice is indeed acidic outside the body, but once it is metabolized, it has an alkalizing effect on your internal environment. It helps to buffer the acidity that builds up overnight. It provides a burst of vitamin C, which is one of the most important antioxidants your immune system relies on. Vitamin C is also essential for collagen production, which means it supports your skin, your joints, your blood vessels, and your gut lining. Lemon juice also contains compounds called limonoids, which have been studied for their anti-cancer properties. It stimulates bile production in your liver, which is critical for fat digestion and for flushing out toxins that your liver processed during the night. And here is something most people do not know. Lemon juice contains a soluble fiber called pectin, and even in small amounts, pectin feeds the beneficial bacteria in your gut. So with just the lemon alone, you are already supporting your immune system, your liver, your digestive system, your skin, and your overall pH balance. Now, let us get to the star of the show, turmeric. If I could only recommend one spice for the rest of my career, it would be turmeric without question. The active compound in turmeric is called curcumin, and the research on curcumin is absolutely staggering. There are over 15,000 published studies on curcumin. Let that number sink in. 15,000. It is one of the most studied natural compounds in the history of medicine. Curcumin is a powerful anti-inflammatory. And when I say powerful, I mean that multiple studies have shown it to be as effective as some anti-inflammatory drugs, but without the side effects. And here is why that matters so much. Chronic low-grade inflammation is now recognized as the root cause of almost every major disease. Heart disease, type 2 diabetes, Alzheimer's, arthritis, depression, obesity, autoimmune conditions, and even many cancers have all been linked to chronic inflammation. When you consume curcumin first thing in the morning on an empty stomach, it gets absorbed into your bloodstream and begins to modulate your body's inflammatory pathways. Specifically, it inhibits a molecule called NF-κB, which is like the master switch for inflammation in your cells. It travels into the nuclei of your cells and turns on genes related to inflammation. Curcumin blocks this molecule. It literally turns down the volume on inflammation at the genetic level. Curcumin is also a potent antioxidant. It neutralizes free radicals directly, and it also stimulates your body's own antioxidant enzymes. So it fights oxidative stress from two angles. It has been shown to boost brain-derived neurotrophic factor, which is a growth hormone that functions in the brain. Low levels of this hormone have been linked to depression and Alzheimer's disease. So by drinking this every morning, you are not just reducing inflammation, you are actively protecting and nourishing your brain. And this is where the black pepper comes in. See, curcumin on its own has relatively low bioavailability. That means your body has a hard time absorbing it. But there is a compound in black pepper called piperine, and piperine has been shown to increase the absorption of curcumin by up to 2,000%. 2,000%. That is not a typo. Just a small pinch of black pepper transforms the turmeric from a good ingredient into a phenomenal one. This is why I always tell people do not skip the black pepper. It is the key that unlocks the full potential of the turmeric. Now let us talk about the ginger. Ginger is another ancient healing root that modern science has confirmed is genuinely medicinal. Ginger contains bioactive compounds called gingerols and shogols. These compounds have powerful anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effects. But ginger really shines when it comes to your digestive system. It is one of the best natural remedies for nausea, bloating, and indigestion. It accelerates gastric emptying, which means it helps your stomach process food more efficiently. It has been shown to lower blood sugar levels and reduce markers associated with heart disease. Ginger also has thermogenic properties, meaning it slightly raises your body temperature and boosts your metabolism. So when you drink it in the morning, you are giving your metabolic rate a gentle nudge upward that can help with weight management throughout the day. And there is fascinating research showing that ginger can reduce muscle soreness and pain. One study found that consuming ginger daily reduced exercise-induced muscle pain by 25%. So if you are someone who exercises regularly, this is especially beneficial for you. And then we have the apple cider vinegar. Now I know apple cider vinegar has become very trendy in recent years, and sometimes when something becomes trendy, people dismiss it as a fad. But the research on apple cider vinegar is real, and it is compelling. The key compound in apple cider vinegar is acetic acid, and acetic acid has been shown to do several important things. First, it improves insulin sensitivity. This means that when you do eat breakfast after drinking this, your body handles the glucose more efficiently. Your blood sugar does not spike as dramatically. And keeping blood sugar stable is one of the single most important things you can do for your long-term health. Blood sugar instability is linked to weight gain, energy crashes, mood swings, cravings, brain fog, and over time, it contributes to insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes. Second, apple cider vinegar has been shown to promote the growth of beneficial gut bacteria. Your gut microbiome is essentially the control center for your entire immune system. About 70% of your immune system resides in your gut. So, by supporting a healthy microbiome, you are strengthening your immune defenses from the inside out. Third, the acetic acid in apple cider vinegar has been shown to help reduce belly fat. Several studies have demonstrated that daily consumption of apple cider vinegar led to reductions in body weight, belly fat, and blood triglycerides. And fourth, apple cider vinegar helps to stimulate digestive enzyme production, which means your body becomes more efficient at breaking down and absorbing nutrients from your food. Now, here is what I find truly remarkable. When you combine all of these ingredients together, they do not just add up, they multiply each other's effects. The warm water opens up your digestive system and prepares it for absorption. The lemon alkalizes your body and stimulates your liver. The turmeric shuts down inflammatory pathways throughout your entire system. The black pepper supercharges the absorption of the turmeric. The ginger boosts your digestion and your metabolism, and the apple cider vinegar stabilizes your blood sugar and feeds your gut bacteria. Together, these ingredients create what I call a morning healing cascade. It is like turning on a chain of dominoes that just keeps going throughout the day. Your inflammation levels drop, your digestion improves, your liver functions more efficiently, your blood sugar remains more stable. Your immune system gets a boost, your brain gets the nutrients it needs to function at a higher level. Your skin starts to clear up because so many skin problems are actually reflections of internal inflammation and gut health. Your energy levels become more consistent because you are not riding that blood sugar roller coaster. And I want to share something personal here. I started drinking this exact combination about 6 years ago. At the time, I was dealing with joint stiffness in my hands, which was quite alarming for someone in my profession. I was also noticing that my energy was dipping hard in the afternoons, and I was relying on coffee to get through the rest of the day. Within 3 weeks of starting this morning drink, the stiffness in my hands was noticeably reduced. Within about 6 weeks, my afternoon energy crashes had essentially disappeared. I was sleeping better, my skin looked clearer, and I had dropped a few pounds without changing anything else about my diet. Now, I am not saying this drink is a magic potion. I want to be very clear about that. It is not going to cure a serious disease overnight. It is not a replacement for medical treatment if you have a condition that requires it. But what it does is create the optimal internal environment for your body to do what it was designed to do, which is heal itself. Your body is an incredible self-healing machine. It is constantly working to repair damage, fight off infections, clear out dead cells, and maintain balance. But it can only do that effectively when it is given the right conditions. And for most people, chronic dehydration, chronic inflammation, poor gut health, and blood sugar instability are preventing their bodies from healing the way they should. This drink addresses all four of those issues simultaneously. Now, I want to talk about some common questions and concerns because I know some of you are thinking about these things. First, what about your teeth? Lemon juice and apple cider vinegar are acidic, and yes, over time, they can potentially affect your tooth enamel. So here's what I recommend. Drink this through a straw if you are concerned, and do not brush your teeth immediately after drinking it. Wait at least 30 minutes. This gives your saliva time to naturally remineralize your enamel. You can also rinse your mouth with plain water right after drinking it. Second, some people ask me, can I make this the night before and refrigerate it? Ideally, no. You want to make it fresh because the beneficial compounds in lemon juice and ginger start to degrade once they are exposed to air and light. It takes 2 minutes to make. Just get into the habit of preparing it first thing. Third, people ask about the taste. I will be honest with you, it is not a milkshake. The first few times you drink it, you might find the combination of sour and spicy a little challenging, but most people get used to it within a few days, and many of my patients actually come to enjoy it and even crave it. Your taste buds adapt, and your body starts to associate the taste with the amazing way it makes you feel. Fourth, if you are pregnant, breastfeeding, taking blood-thinning medications, or have gallbladder issues, please consult with your healthcare provider before starting this because turmeric and ginger can have interactions with certain medications and conditions. I also want to address something that I think is really important. We live in a culture that has conditioned us to believe that healing has to be complicated and expensive. We are constantly being sold the next big supplement, the next miracle pill, the next superfood powder that costs $50 a jar. And look, some of those products have merit. I am not dismissing all supplements. But what breaks my heart is when I see people spending hundreds of dollars a month on supplements while ignoring the simple, fundamental practices that have the biggest impact. Drinking a healing drink before breakfast, getting adequate sleep, walking daily, managing stress, eating whole foods. These are not exciting or glamorous, but they are the foundation. Without the foundation, everything else you stack on top is going to be less effective. This morning drink is foundational. It is the kind of thing that creates a ripple effect across every area of your health. Let me also talk about what some of the research shows about long-term consistency with these ingredients. A study published in the Journal of Medicinal Food found that participants who consumed turmeric daily for 8 weeks showed significant reductions in markers of oxidative stress and inflammation. Another study in the Annals of Internal Medicine found that apple cider vinegar consumption before meals led to lower post-meal blood glucose levels in individuals with insulin resistance. Research published in the International Journal of Preventive Medicine demonstrated that ginger supplementation significantly reduced fasting blood sugar and hemoglobin A1C levels in patients with type 2 diabetes, and numerous studies have confirmed that the vitamin C from fresh lemon juice supports immune function, enhances iron absorption, and protects against cardiovascular disease. The evidence is there. This is not guesswork. This is not folklore. This is science-backed nutrition that has been validated again and again. Now let me give you one more layer to this because I want you to understand the bigger picture. When you start your morning with this drink, you are also doing something psychological. You are making a decision first thing in the morning to prioritize your health. And that decision creates momentum. I have seen this pattern over and over again with my patients. They start with the morning drink, and within a few weeks, they start making better food choices at breakfast. Then they start moving more. Then they start sleeping better. One positive decision leads to another. It is a cascade of good choices, and it all starts with that one simple glass in the morning. You are telling your body and your mind, I care about you. I am going to take care of you today. And that mindset shift is powerful beyond what any ingredient in a glass can do on its own. I want to give you the exact recipe one more time so you can write it down or save this video. Take 1 cup of warm water, not boiling, just comfortably warm. Add the juice of half a fresh lemon. Add half a teaspoon of turmeric powder or a small piece of freshly grated turmeric root. Add a small pinch of freshly ground black pepper. Add a quarter teaspoon of freshly grated ginger or a pinch of ginger powder. Add 1 teaspoon of raw unfiltered apple cider vinegar with the mother. Stir it well and drink it slowly on an empty stomach first thing in the morning. Wait 15 to 20 minutes before eating breakfast. Do this every single day for at least 30 days and pay attention to how your body responds. Keep a journal if you can. Note your energy levels, your digestion, your joint comfort, your skin, your mood, your sleep quality. I think you will be genuinely amazed at the changes you begin to notice. And here is my challenge to you. Try this for 30 days. That is all I am asking. 30 days. It costs almost nothing. It takes 2 minutes of your time each morning. And it could be the single most impactful health habit you ever adopt. I have seen it transform the health of hundreds of my patients, and I have experienced the benefits firsthand in my own life. Your body wants to heal. It is designed to heal, but you have to give it the tools and the environment to do so. And this morning drink is one of the most effective ways to create that environment. If you found this information valuable, I need you to do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button right now. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss a video. And share this video with someone you love. Share it with your mother, your father, your spouse, your best friend, anyone who is dealing with inflammation, digestive issues, low energy, stubborn weight, or just wants to feel better in their body. You could be the reason someone's health changes for the better, and that is a powerful thing. I also want to hear from you in the comments. Tell me, are you going to try this morning drink? If you already do something similar, tell me what your experience has been. I read every single comment, and I love hearing from you. This community we are building here is something special, and I am grateful for every single one of you. This is Dr. Harper Collins reminding you that true health is not built in a doctor's office. It is built in your kitchen, in your daily habits, and in the small decisions you make every single morning when you wake up. Take care of your body. It is the only one you have got, and it is capable of more healing than you could ever imagine if you just give it what it needs. I will see you in the next video. Stay healthy, stay consistent, and never stop investing in yourself.